Stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Where do you see the U.S. economy in the second half of the year?
Well, we see it in a recovery. We see it stronger.
God, unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network, where you get the absolute truth. You get the truth. I tell you exactly what's going on with this economy. You're not going to hear that from the fake business news networks. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, I've been on this earth for 75 years. I've been in this business for 51 years, and I've never seen it this bad. They won't level with the people. Why? Because this bust-to-boom cycles we're having, they're all created, benefits the elitists, benefit the 1/100th of 1 percentile. Who are they? They're the owners of the bank, of the Federal Reserve. They own the Federal Reserve. They control everything. They control the Congress. They're the ones that Congress, they run right to them, get all the money for elections. Matter of fact, they even determine who's going to run for president, these elitists. And they protect only the 1 percentile. The masses of people, the Main Street workers and the middle class, they're just pawns. They don't care about them. Take the savers. Look what they've done to the savers over the years. They dropped savings. You used to be able to get 5% on your savings. They dropped it to 0 so they could cut rates to near 0 so they could take that money, give it to the CEOs of companies so they could buy their own stock to artificially push up earnings, to artificially push up the stock price, to create a massive bubble. Do you think they cared about the savers? You think they care about the people on Social Security? They could care less. And everything you hear from them today is all BS. All that's happened so far is they've extended the time of the crash. That's all. They enlarge the bubble every day. They keep enlarging it with these 0 rates and the endless printing of money. And all that money going to where? Stimulus programs. Going to buying debt. QE. Stock buybacks. None of the money is going to productivity. They don't care about productivity because they don't make their money on productivity. See, the wealthy doesn't care if we're productive. The top 1 percentile, and the 1/100th of 1 percentile, they could care less. They want inflation. Because with inflation, they become very wealthy because their assets go up. Well, everybody else, especially Main Street workers, if you're making $60,000, $65,000 between yourself and a couple, a household, they're screwed. Because everything they do is for themselves, not for you, not for Main Street. And you can see what's going on. And it's amazing. The stock market keeps going up because of inflation. They keep printing this money, keep making sure interest rates stay low, so the stock market goes up. But so too, we're at a point after all these years, since 2008, that while the market's going up and while the elitists are getting wealthy because inflation's going up, pushing up their assets on artwork, diamonds, raw materials, they're becoming so wealthy. What also is going up, these prices are going up, but the guy on Main Street, he's so screwed because his wages aren't going up. And soon he's going to have to make a decision. We're so close to the crash because he's going to have to make a decision, probably this fall. Do I make the payment on my house, my student loan, my auto loan, my credit card? Which one do I make my payment on? We're going to be if we're not there now, we're going to be there by this fall. So as the stock market has got us to the point, and remember how the stock market's gotten where we are because of inflation. All this printing of money to keep interest rates at zero, and when you keep interest rates at zero, keep interest rates too low for too long, the consequence is exactly what's going on. Gasoline's going up, everything's going up in price. And soon, the guy on Main Street, remember, he's not getting wage increases. Why do you think they're giving him stimulus checks? See, everybody say how the economy is beautiful. The economy is terrific. The economy is booming. No, it's not. As long as they keep sending checks to the folks and they can stay home and not work, sure, things are beautiful. But that's going to end. That's all going to end. And all these people are staying home and not working and just collecting checks because our government wants to keep sending them checks. By the time they want to have to go back to work, there won't be any jobs for them. Their job's been eliminated, or they don't have the education for the job that's been replaced. But the bottom line is that the longer you keep these rates at zero, the only one that benefits is the wealthy. And people can't see that. They can't see that. So we're very, very close now to that decision process. We went through it. Remember in the mid-2000s? We went through that with the housing. Remember at the end of the day, they had to make a decision. Do I pay my house payment or do I keep money for gasoline so I can get to work? Do I keep my credit card? And what's the first thing they let go? The last thing they let go is their credit card. The first thing they let go is their house. They're not going to let that credit card go. And they're not going to let the automobile go. And we're there again. We're there again. But even worse. You have to laugh about this message. They said when the market dropped in February 2020 to March 2020, dropped 32%. They're talking about, oh, wow, look at the message here. We got this pandemic. That wasn't the message that we had a pandemic. The message from that crash was you can't keep printing your way to prosperity because the only one who's prosper are the very, very wealthy. The top 1% and the top 1/100th of 1%. You can't print your way to prosperity. When the market dropped 32%, that was the message. Not the pandemic. That wasn't the message. If we didn't have the pandemic, the same thing would have happened anyways. Maybe not that same day, but we're heading for that correction anyways. That was the message. And of course, the fake Business News Network never relays that to the people. They never tell the people that was the message. They're telling everybody right now, everything's great again. We have a big boom going on. You can't print your way to prosperity. The other part of the message is to be prosperous, you need to be productive, have productivity. To be prosperous, it requires hard work. It requires sacrifice. It requires risk-taking. It's called investment. But there's no investment back into our community, no investment back in our country. All the money we print, it doesn't get invested. Investment means all the money that either printed or borrowed has to go towards productivity, has to go to CapEx spending, business investment. There's no money going to, very little, going to the CapEx or business investment. It's all going to stocks. And what is the result going to be? And what do we do to make money? We'll talk about that when I get back. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Free for 10 days. Get your chart.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, the Federal Reserve, I always talk about it, you have to get rid of it. You can't prosper with the Federal Reserve. Do you know that the Federal Reserve, when we increase productivity and prices start to drop, they step in and make sure those prices don't drop? That's right. They step in and make sure they don't drop. They print more money. They print more money to create inflation so prices don't drop. That's what they do. Remember, they want inflation because every bit of inflation, they become more wealthy. Prices drop, they go in and go against their own mandate. Their mandate is to keep prices level. They shouldn't be going up and down. The Federal Reserve works against the working class. It's unbelievable. And people don't realize this. They have no idea. Look what happened when they eliminated the gold standard. You need $1 of gold for every dollar you printed. That kept our country out of wars. We didn't go crazy buying tanks and everything else. But that all changed. Once they got rid of the gold standard, and you could print as many dollars as you want, you didn't have to have $1 gold for every dollar you printed. They went nuts, creating inflation. Remember, their idea is by keeping rates low, that results in greater wealth and prosperity for the elitists, not Main Street. Main Street always gets screwed. That's what's happened right now today. People don't even realize it. They're printing money so quick, so fast for stimulus. And then they're going to do another stimulus. The more stimulus, that means the more money they got to print, the more money they got to print. The dollar in your wallet goes down, inflation goes up, and the wealthy become wealthier, and the poor become poor, and the middle class becomes poor. And soon you go from being poor to poverty, just like you go from full-time work, part-time work to poverty. That's where we're headed. I don't want to bring you this news. But nobody else is going to tell you the truth. Everybody's telling you what a boom we're in. Look, when you're rich, you want your diamonds to go up. You want your artwork to go up. You want your metals to go up. You want the special property you own to go up. That's how it works. It's unbelievable. It's a great success story for the wealthy when there's inflation. It's a failure for Main Street working folks. But they don't get it. They don't get it because what they'll do, print more money, and send them more checks. Tell them to stay home. Don't work. This way they don't get it. That's how they mask it. I mean, think about it. They're telling people to stay home. Do you remember when Pelosi said, quit your job, quit your job? What are you, working for insurance? You don't have to work for insurance. Go in and quit today. We'll give you free insurance. Remember that? She was telling everybody to quit their job. If you're working just to get health insurance for your family, stop. You don't have to do that anymore. We're going to give you free insurance. As long as we keep printing money, as long as we keep inflation, the rich get rich, the poor get poor, and the elitists keep getting control. These elitists, these policies, they're controlled by the bank called central bank. Not just our central bank, but around the world. This is not just here. It's all over the world. You think we just see massive money printing here in the United States? What are you, nuts? It's everywhere to create more inflation. Everybody's copying what we're doing. The elitists are getting so rich in the United States that everybody else is following. Keep printing money. Keep printing money. Keep creating inflation. Wall Street? The elitists? Members of Congress? You think they care about the consequences of keeping rates too low for too long? They could care less. You think they care that our employment numbers have not kept up with the population growth? That's right. Our employment numbers have not kept up with the population growth. They don't intend for it to keep up with the population growth. They'd rather print money instead of being productive. We've had such an increase in economic inequality, rising cost of living for the Main Street folks, that they're in constant fear. They're uncertain about the future. But not the elitists. They know exactly what the future is. More printing, more buying the debt. Go buy the national debt. Buy the corporate debt. Buy the mortgage-backed securities. Buy the debt from the banks. Keep printing and keep doing that. Inflation will keep going up. They become richer and Main Street becomes poor. These are man-made bubbles. And when they finally decide to pop this bubble, when Main Street no longer can put gas in their car, pay the car payment, pay their house payment, pay their student loan payment, and they got to start choosing which one, that's when they pop the bubble. And they get rich on the way down. They make more wealth as the bubble goes down, as they bust the bubble. It's called shorting stocks. They make even more money. Main Street, they don't know the difference between shorting a stock and bubble gum. When I talk to people on the weekend, whether I'm out shopping or their car wash, people come, hey, what's shorting? What's shorting? They keep asking me. Because I talk about it every day. Because without shorting, you can't make money. If you got to pick a stock, you got to be so good at picking a stock that's going to go up. You got to pick that right out of all these stocks. You got to pick the one that's always going up. And here's how it gets worse. When the stocks keep going up, where our stock market is up over 475%, or Amazon or Google or Facebook, those stocks have gone up since 2009 an average, 3,000%. So even if you get in a stock at $50 and it goes to $100 and you get out of that stock, what are you going to do? Go buy another stock that went from 50 to 100? You might as well stay in that one and get slaughtered. But the answer is short it. Go the other way. But they tell you no. The bottom line is the only way you're going to win this game if you know how to short, and that way you don't care about these bubbles.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in. It tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. For 10 days. Get your color-coded chart, and you get the gang membership. And we will make a difference. For you folks who were involved in the 2008 crash, or in a dot-com crash, you know what it is to sit there and watch your money getting wiped out because you don't know how to make money when the market's going down, because Wall Street doesn't want you to learn, because Wall Street doesn't make a penny when you take and sell a stock short. Why do you think they're in such a craze to keep printing and printing? They know what it is. They know when you keep interest rates this low, so low, too low, for too long, over 13 years, nothing good can come out of that. Because all they're doing by keeping those rates low is keep propping up the market since 2008, which they never let go down. They should have never been propping the market up. They should have let the market fail. They should have let us go into a recession. We're still carrying this thing since 2008, but nobody's going to talk about it. And that's why when this market crashes, we're not going to have the luxury to cut rates from 5% to 4% to 3% to 2% to slow up the crash. No. We're at zero. We're at zero rates. We have no ammo. This is unbelievable. For Main Street, they have a constant fear of uncertainty. Then what do? They send them out checks. Just send them more checks. Send them another $1,400 check. Send another $300 check. At the end of the day, that doesn't get rid of their constant fear or their uncertainty. They know those checks are going to come to an end. Why do you think they keep printing money for stimulus? All stimulus does is prop up a failing economy. That's all it does. It doesn't produce anything. We don't produce any goods. Here it is, 2021. We produce now less than we produced in 2007, right before the crash. Do you realize that? And when you don't produce goods, and all you do is produce a stock market, and all you do is produce housing prices to go up, that's not productivity. The wealthy get wealthier, but the poor get poorer. For Main Street, when we produce more goods, that's a good thing. But as I said a moment ago, when we produce more goods to get the prices to drop, when we put money into productivity and get those prices to drop, whoa, Federal Reserve gets all upset. Our owners, the elitists, they got to print money, create more inflation, get those prices to move up. And how do you get the prices to move up? When you print all that money, you're taking each dollar in your wallet, the purchasing power goes down. It's not the prices are going up. Your purchasing power is going down. You need more of those pieces of paper to buy what you bought last week. If you used 10 pieces of paper to buy something last week, now you're going to need 15 pieces of paper. And the following week, you're going to need 20. And the next month, you're going to need 40 pieces of paper. And the rich get richer off of that. That's called inflation. Their assets keep going up. But if you're on wages, you're not included in that game. Oh, you think you are because you can go to a car dealership, put no down payment on, buy a car for 6-7 years. I guess you can finance it. This is what they're doing. I mean, think about it. More goods are being produced to lower prices, and they stop that. The Fed stops it by printing more money to make sure your dollar goes down, because that's how they make money. If there's inflation, they get wealthy. No inflation, they don't get wealthy. And think about all the bad investments and all the bad debt that caused that 2008 crash. Think about it. All that should have been liquidated. The banks themselves should have been liquidated, the weak banks. But Baby Bush didn't want to do it because his family was involved in banking. All these bad investments that led up to the 2008 crash, you remember them. You remember the bad investments, the massive building of houses and people own 2-3 houses and flipping them. We never fixed that. Do you know that? We never fixed it. That was the message of the 2008 crash we had in February 2020. That was the message, not the pandemic. But the Fed keeps on printing and keeps on papering over that easy money and that bad investment. So people think everything's okay. It's called QE. What's really dangerous is that all these stocks that are going up, the fundamentals driving the stocks aren't there. It's not fundamentals that drive a stock higher anymore. That's a better product. They can sell it for less. They're competing. That's not what drives the stocks anymore. It used to. What drives the stock now? Get printing money, buy treasuries, drop interest rates to near zero. The banks take that money, loan it to the CEO. The CEO, instead of buying new equipment, increase productivity, he goes and he buys stock. He reduces the amount of shares he has outstanding. So when he's not making money and all of a sudden they have their numbers come in, they look better than they are because they're spreading their terrible numbers over fewer shares. That pushes up the earnings, that pushes up the stock price, and it's all fake. We've been doing this for 13 years, and you're telling me there's not going to be a crash? I'm wrong? But Main Street has no idea this is going on. As long as they're low rates. They'll get to the point, all they care about is when they go buy something, and they do it on payments, what's the late payment? We need a recession. We haven't been allowed to go in a recession. Baby Bush killed that. Then Obama killed that. A recession will set this straight, but they're not going to let us do that. Are you kidding? They're addicted. The top 1 percentile, the 1/100th of 1%, they're so addicted now to zero rates. You're never going to get these rates up. Prices need to drop. in order to clear out all that bad debt that we've been carrying since 2008. People don't even realize that. We're carrying the bad debt since 2008. We've been carrying that bad debt for 13 years by printing money to get interest rates down to zero to carry that bad debt. You only can carry it for so long. And all those bad investments. That means we're on the verge of a financial crisis, and that's exactly what that 2020 crash, the 32%, was warning us. Soon Main Street is going to have to make a decision each month. What do I pay? Because right now, you look at the market soaring, inflation is soaring, prices are soaring, and they can't pay these new prices. They just can't do it. And when they start making that decision, which payment they're not going to pay, that's the end of it. Am I going to pay my car? Am I going to pay? No, I guess what? I won't. I'll keep my credit card, but I'll let my mortgage go. Let's see. I won't buy that because I need gas money. It's over. But this time when the market crashes, unlike all the other crashes, we have no ammunition to slow the crash down. Before the last crash, we were able with 5% have 100. We had 25 rate cuts. We could cut 25 times. We can't cut once. So how are you gonna slow this crash? You got to learn how to short the market. That's why I beg you every day on the air, join my gang free for 10 days. At least learn how to short the market. It's not hard, especially with the color-coded chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to short. It tells you. It tells you. And every day at 2 o'clock, we post all our portfolio. We tell our members exactly when to short. This is do you understand the financial imbalance this has created, all this zero money, all these years? The financial imbalance is mind-boggling, but nobody talks about it. No, not on CNBC, not on Fox. All they talk about is the boom.
If the economy is booming, why do we need all these new government spending plans?
That's a good point. Did that just hit you, Kudlow? Did you think about that? Huh? You just thought about that? You're supposed to be the genius. You're the one supposed to be helping Trump when he was in office, right? You were the big guy. You're the big dumb arse. Look, the stock market, you can make money when it's going down. I don't know what I have to do to convince you. I'm giving you a membership free for 10 days. Why don't you at least be open-minded and try to learn how to make money when the market goes down?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, I'm going to go over some stocks in a little bit. AMC's taken off again. I'll talk about that stock. And the stocks that you should be in. But more important, the stocks you need to get ready to short. I ask every day, please join my gang. I'm reaching out to you to join my gang for 10 days, free, so you can at least explore what shorting is. Once you understand shorting, it's a whole different ball game. You don't care if the market goes down. You could care less. If you know how to make money when the market goes down, that's how you protect yourself. What are you going to do? You think CNBC is going to protect you? You think these fake business networks are going to protect you? You think the advice that these guys give you? Barney even said, don't listen to them.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
And even Carlos says when he buys a stock, he doesn't know what he's doing. He just prays.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray.
Yeah. What great advice that is. What are you, nuts? Look. While the rich are getting richer, Main Street and the middle class, the worker is suffering from all these higher prices due to inflation. You go to the gas pump, you go to the supermarket, you know what I'm talking about. And the purchasing power of your dollar tanks. And the problem is they won't fix it because they don't want productivity. This would be so easy to fix. Just produce. Put all this money instead of QE, instead of buying Treasury to keep rates low so you can give interest rates at near zero to the CEOs so they can buy their own shares, they get wealthier. If you just drove that money into productivity, we could fix this so fast. Fix this so fast. If they had allowed, I kept saying in 2008, all they had to do is allow the housing prices to fall in 2008. That's all they had to do. I kept saying over and over, just let the housing prices fall. And don't bail out the big Wall Street banks. Let them go down. Let the big banks take them over. Let them go down. But baby Bush, his family's been involved with banking for years. He wasn't going to do that. If they would just have left the housing prices drop instead of propping them up, if we let the big Wall Street banks collapse instead of propping them up, The economy would have corrected itself. We wouldn't be going through this. But see, that's not what they want. They want inflation. That's how the rich get richer. Look, any correction, any recession is severe. That one would have been severe. But it would have been nothing compared to what's coming now. That's like if you got a little toothache, go get it fixed. If you wait, you're going to have a root canal. That's exactly what we're waiting for. There's 10 of them right in a row. Now, the Fed, they may try to cut interest rates, right? How are they going to do that? That means negative rates. What are you, nuts? Negative rates? We got to pay the bank to keep our money at the bank instead of them paying us? It's unbelievable. See, this idea of doing more QE, print money, buy the stocks, to drop to give the money to the CEO so they can buy their own stocks back, to keep moving the stock market up, keep printing money, so the Fed can keep buying all the debt from the banks, buy the debt from the corporations, buy the debt from the banks, put it on their balance sheet so they can borrow money and keep running the debt up. None of that's going to work. The Federal Reserve, their mission, they're supposed to be responsible for maintaining high employment and stable prices. What a joke that is. They're supposed to focus on helping Main Street working families. What a joke. That's including retirees. Are you kidding? They screwed retirees by taking interest rates down to zero. That's not what we're supposed to do. They're supposed to be protecting them, the retirees, people on Social Security, by protecting their investments, including savings. They screwed them on their savings. Their 401ks, they screwed them on their 401ks because the fees are so high. The fees are so high because Wall Street, that's all they want is big fees. Time they're done with the fees, you got nothing left. Look what happened to the pensions. Are you kidding? They're supposed to make sure that Main Street and the middle class workers, that they benefit from their investments. What are you, nuts? They're supposed to do that by keeping the economy on sound footing, by raising and lowering rates. They don't do that anymore. They just keep lowering them. So what do? First of all, let's go with this rally. The more they rally this market, let's be on the right side of the rally, on the right side of the trend, and we'll get out when we're supposed to. 85% of you lose money because you don't know when to get out of the market. Give you an example. Today, I had my members buy LVS, Las Vegas Sands. I've been telling you, while you're being told every day by these idiots on the fake business news network, go in and keep buying the big tech stocks. Go buy them. Go back and buy them. Are you nuts? I had my members go buy Las Vegas LVS, Las Vegas Sands. It's only $58 stock. We'll make money on it. Our color-coded chart tells us when to get in, but it's also going to tell us to get out. It's also going to tell us when to short. Just like it did back here in March 17th, it turned red. And it went from $66 down to $56. That's a 50% return as it's going down. So easy to do. You just change your position. If you can put a light switch on in your house and turn the lights on and off, you can do this. If you're in a stock and it's going up, it turns its position, starts going the other way. Just change your position. That's all. Make money as it goes down. But 90% of you don't do it. You don't do it. V&Q, as long as rates are low, as long as then make sure you stay in the REITs. Stay in the REITs. Since the REITs turned green for us back in March 17th at around $91, today it's $102, still green. 12%. Now, if it starts turning red today or tomorrow, we don't panic. What are we going to do? If the stock goes down, most of you are going to turn around, get out of that stock and look for another stock. But wait a minute, all the other stocks went up too. All the other stocks in that group went up too. 10, 15, 20%. That's the problem. You're always buying overpriced stocks because all stocks keep going up. So instead of getting in the stock around March 16th, to March 16th, March 23rd, and rallied up to 102. So let's say you're in at what? I guess we got a 15% return, 12% return. Now if it starts going down, we switch our position. If it's going to go down, shouldn't you be making money on the way down? Wouldn't that be easier? Because you're following the trend of money instead of following the BS out of the mouths of those people on these fake business news networks like CNBC, Fox Business. At least they're honest and said, don't listen to them. Thank God Varney said, don't listen to me. But my point is, with this market heading for the biggest crash in history, they're going to continue to try to prop this market up. They're not done because they're going to do more stimulus. He just announced he wants to do another 8 million stimulus. Stimulus is what props up this economy. Stimulus is what keeps moving the market up artificially. So let's be in those stocks that are moving up artificially. Let's make sure we're in the right ones, like the banks and the REITs. But when the market does change, and when's that going to be? When Main Street turns around and says, wait a minute, I got to make a decision. Do I pay my credit card off? Do I pay my mortgage payment? I need gas to go to work. I guess I'll let my mortgage payment go. I'll just pay my credit card, and then I'll have enough money for gas. And that's coming. We've been through that. It's coming again. See, we never fixed that because we weren't allowed to go into a recession. Baby Bush would not allow it to go into a recession because he wanted to take care of his family, the banking business. They're all in banking. They didn't make money in oil. They made money in banking. It's unbelievable. So all of this has been masked. But it doesn't make any difference to my members because we're going to know when to get out of VNQ, the REITs. Look at Cube. That stock turned green at $37. Today it's at $44. Still green. That's a 19% return. Now, it doesn't mean every gang member made 19%. Some people get it a little later. Maybe someone made 5%. Maybe someone made 10%. Maybe somebody made 14%. It doesn't matter as long as they're in the stock, knowing which way the money is going. But most important, any dope can buy a stock. It's getting out of the stock that's smart. When do I do that? And how do I ride it back down? Now you're going to make money. That's how you're going to secure yourself. Not listen to these dopes and these financial business news. Are you kidding? They're not going to tell you the truth. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.